Welcome to Foodable Smart Kitchen and Bar. My name is Oscar, your resident master mixologist, and today we're going to be featuring St. George spirits. The two spirits we're going to be working with today will be their Pear Brandy and their Terroir gin. Those are just some of the few products that St. George has to offer, and they're definitely worth taking a look into. We're going to be working definitely with the Pear Brandy because it's their flagship since they started the distillery in 1982. It's the one spirit that kind of like made everything else happen for them. Quick note about St. George is America's original craft distillery, so you know they definitely know what they've been doing for the past couple of decades. We're going to be working two different cocktails. One of them we're going to be integrating their gin and their Pear Brandy. The second one we're going to be using just their gin product. We're going to be making in the American kind of like a dessert drink, and the reason for it is because brandy is usually something that people think about more of an after dinner drink or like a sipper, and we want to show that there's a way to make other things with it and give your guests, your clients, the ability to get a feel of that. So let me get started with this cocktail so we can go over the details while we're using certain ingredients with it. So we have some fresh pears that we're gonna muddle to release some of that fruit flavor and natural sugars of the fruit. Okay. And after we're gonna use our basic spirits, which we're gonna start with our brandy, our Pear Brandy. And then we're gonna use the Terroir gin. So we're gonna use only half an ounce. And the reason for it is because we don't wanna take away from that brandy consistency. So now that we have all our basic ingredients there, we're gonna add our egg white. And the reason we use the egg white is to create that nice viscosity in the drink. It's kind of like that consistency. Remember, we're trying to recreate kind of like a dessert in a drink way, and we want to make sure that people can feel that as they're working through their cocktail. And then we're gonna add our 3/4 of an ounce of our reduction, which is actually this being custom-made reduction for this cocktail. And obviously that requires a bar program that has the logistics for a menu like that. However, Oscar, what if my operation doesn't have the ability to make custom-made syrups, and we need something that we want to use a craft product but make into a craft drink without putting too much craftsmanship ourselves? Most syrups can be available today out in the market. Monim is one of the brands that you can go to. However, if it's not the exact profile that you're looking for, you can always add a little bit to your basic simple syrup like clove, cinnamon, let it sit. We made a reduction with brown sugar, but definitely gonna give you ideas of how to work around that. So we're gonna add our ice. We're gonna use the same reduction to create a nice layer in the rim. And we're using graham crust as our topping to give you that feeling of a dessert. Decent high to create that foamy texture. And now we're gonna use just a little clove stick on top. Voila, we have the American. So somebody might be asking, why do I want to have something like this on my menu, on my bar, on my operation? Well, you know, you have drinks that can give you the idea to begin the experience, to work through the experience, and then you have a drink like this one that's kind of like to end your evening. It's gonna actually give you the opportunity to increase a little bit more of your sales. You know, somebody might not be like fully like a dessert person, but hey, they're all about maybe having an extra drink at the end of the night. And this is definitely a way to end the experience. All right, now we're back to work with St. George Terroir gin. We're gonna be using about 4 to 6 blueberries. I'm gonna model those along with some other items. We have our fresh basil, it smells great. And then we're gonna use some of our ginger, which is already pre-sliced, okay? A couple pieces now. Ginger's gonna add a little bit of that like zest and spice texture to it, but it's not gonna be like a chill, like a jalapeno hotness. So it's gonna kind of like just keep it balanced, and it's gonna actually blend in with the turmeric once we add it in. So we're gonna like, you know, easily model this, just kind of like break that basil into it, let that ginger release. Okay, now once we had that, we're gonna add our base, which we're gonna use our gin, Terroir gin. Okay. And now we're gonna be using a little bit of our freshly squeezed lemon juice, unsweetened, no sugar added. So we're gonna use just about half an ounce. And now we're gonna be adding our syrup, which we actually make a lavender lemon syrup. We use our organic fair trade tea. This is something that you can make a batch a day or a week. It's up to the volume that you think you're gonna have with this drink. But there's other ways that we can play with these ingredients to make them a little bit more cost effective and easy to work at the bar. So we're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce, and you know, we slowly cook this syrup first, making it into like the tea, and then from the tea we actually use the sugar to bring it to the right consistency. Some nice work for shaking. And then for the turmeric part, remember, turmeric is very forward, strong, but as you blend it with all the ingredients, it's gonna be able to create a nice consistency for the cocktail. Now we're gonna top this off with a little bit of our soda water. And we're gonna garnish with a basil leaf and a couple of blueberries. There we go. We have the Yogi. So we wanted to make something that is gonna make you think that you're outside, and what a way to do it that, you know, kind of like be involved with the same movement. And we took all the ingredients that usually you will see in most of your energy drinks or your energy shots, turmeric, ginger, blueberries, and we incorporated it into a drink. It could be a summer drink, it could be a spring drink, and you know, you'll be able to play with this depending on what kind of menu you're driving in your establishment. It was fun playing with St. George Spirits, and I hope you enjoyed the craft cocktails. If you have any questions regarding the syrups, the cocktails, or the product, feel free to email us at producer@foodabletv.com. Make sure you follow us and subscribe to our social media channels, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It was a pleasure. Until next time.